The Lishuta forest near the Masai Mara in Narok County barely covers 2 acres of land, but it is the lifeline of the people here. There are springs inside that the residents have depended on for generations. Amos Sangoya has been guarding the forest since 2002. It hasn't always been like this, he says. The forest was fenced only 2 years ago. People used to come in and cut trees as they wished, and even livestock were allowed in.
Akati nimefensiwa hii msituni, akati hiyo ni maji ni kidogo, na akati nimetengenezwa kufence, naonekana hii maji imeongezeka. Tena uchafu hatuna, sasa siku hizi hatuna uchafu ya hii maji. Tangu zamani kwa watu kuna typhoid, na kwa ajili kila mtu akati hiyo anaingia hii msituni, ng'ombe, watu na hiyo nini naitwa ile mnyama mwingine ya msituni yote naingia tu hapa. Lakini sasa akati nimefensiwa hatuna uchafu yoyote.
Kwa hivyo zinasikia mzuri ikiwa imekuwa protected ni sawa. Maji hatukozi, na wakianza kukata hii miti hatutapata maji tena. Hii chemchemi itakauka. Hii spring itakauka. So sasa tunasikia mzuri kwa sababu hakuna mwenye anakata, na sasa kila mtu anaenjoy hii mambo ya maji. Unajua maji pia ni maisha.
The water is now collected and put into a tank, then dispersed to all the neighboring villages the farthest 8 kilometers away. The whole project cost them 7 million shillings, mainly funded by donors.
Unajua bila maji hamna vile utaishi. Kwa hivyo hii community yote ambayo ungekuwa hapa, unaona institution, kuna Lashuta Primary, kuna House of Love, kuna hospital hiyo dispensary iko hapo, na kuna community hiyo 15,000. Hii watu wote kama hatungekuwa na hii maji, hamna mtu angekuwa hapa hata kidogo.
No human activity is allowed inside the small forest, not even collection of firewood. And for those who have dared to sneak in, there is a stiff punishment meted by the local administration.
Sasa hakuna mtu anaingia, na mtu akikuta mtu anakata miti unapelekea kwa chief. Kama vijana wengine wawili nimekuta hapa, unapelekea chief, unaleta miti ya kupanda hapa. Na una make sure hiyo miti imepandiwa, unamwagia maji mpaka ikue.
Amos volunteers his services guarding the forest, but it has been worth it. Without it being so pristine, the residents would also be having similar drought problems being experienced in many parts of the country, especially in arid and semi-arid ones. But they are not. Instead, they have tapped water at their doorstep. Nearly every homestead in Lishuta has water from the springs brought to their homes. Before it was fenced and everyone locked out, Rhoda Kiraisum was among the many village women who used to go and fetch water inside the forest.
Kuna wakati isha ikauka.
Nini?
Hii maji ndio ilifanya mkakuja kuishi hapa.
Hajawahi isha hapa. Singine sinaishanga lakini haijaisha.
The livestock which before used to get into the forest to drink now have their own water pans. The protection of these springs have allowed the people here to have an uninterrupted supply of water, not just for themselves but also for their livestock, while others in many areas are facing severe drought. While the water and the environment is of immense benefit to the villagers, the bigger picture is to protect the Mau ecosystem. By preserving the forests, rivers and springs, everyone benefits, from human beings to the wildlife in the Masai Mara. The water resources users associations have been formed along the tributaries of the Mara River to conserve them. The Lishuta springs also draining into the Mara River.
Because of the interventions, the Mara River is flowing. We've been lucky that it has never stopped. And actually our motivation is we make sure that the Mara River doesn't stop.
Further upstream in Narok in Bomet County, Ruth Koech cuts napier grass for her cow. She has lived in this farm for 2 years now, and it is in one of the steepest areas of the county.
When we came, there was nothing. We started by planting food for our cow. We planted sugarcane and we used to give the cow. We planted even bananas and sweet potatoes, which we eat but also protects the soil.
The training was carried out by the Narok Water Users Association. The river Narok is another tributary of the Mara and is often blocked by silt that runs down from farms like this one.
Kwanza huyu tulikuwa tumeambia atupe kila sehemu pumpkins. kwa sababu pumpkins inashika haraka and inasaidia haiachilii mchanga. The pumpkins actually is a good cover crop.
Paul Rono is the chairman of the association and has been spearheading the training. Here in Bomet, however, there have been a bigger goal: payment for ecological services. This means that users of water resources downstream, especially in the private sector, will pay farmers upstream to protect the environment. In this case, one of the companies that has been approached is the Tenwek Hospital, which operates a hydroelectric dam and spends so much money removing silt from the water.
Kwanza tulikuwa tukitaka identify the most degraded farms. Pili, tulikuwa tukitaka kufanya interventions ambaye kwa njia ya ingine mpaka waone ya kwamba maji imeanza kubadilika kuwa safi. Hapo ndipo walisema kuliko kutumia pesa mingi kusafisha maji, tunaweza toa hiyo pesa ama hiyo gharama iende kusaidia mambo ya conservation.
Ruth will have to wait a bit longer for that to happen, but for now, preventing erosion on her farm is as important to her. The cover crops she grows are important not just in protecting the soil, but also for her cow, aptly named Chesager, because of its white mark on the forehead.
The leaves of the sweet potato that we give the cow makes it produce more milk.
On a good day, Chesager produces 10 liters of milk every day, 5 in the morning and 5 in the evening. The crops on her farms are here benefiting her financially and the entire ecosystem and the other water users. Andrew Ochieng, NTV.